Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise up on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast. Those are a few verses from Psalm 139, one of my favourite psalms. And it made me begin to think about how fed up we perhaps all feel during this lockdown as it goes on and on and on. I do not pretend to understand the way of God in grappling with suffering. If God dealt with suffering in the way we might wish him to, he may defeat his ultimate purpose for the world. We have been made responsible human beings, not blind robots, people, not puppets. By giving us freedom, God relinquished a measure of his own sovereignty and imposed certain limitations upon himself. If we are to be free, then we must have choice. Therefore, God cannot at the same time impose his will upon us and also maintain his purpose for us. If God were to defeat his purpose for us, he would express weakness rather than power. Power is the ability to fulfill purpose. Action which defeats purpose is weakness. God's unwillingness to deal with suffering in an overbearing way does not mean that he doesn't care and that he does not love us. God does not forget us when we're faced with suffering. He gives us inner resources to bear the burdens and tribulations of life. When we're in the darkness of despair, God is the light which we can carry, the light which can and will lighten our way. God fills us with strength and with hope, which will help us to walk into what lies ahead. When the lamp of hope flickers, when the candle of faith runs low, he restores our soul. He gives us renewed vigour to carry on. He is with us in the noontime of fulfilment and also in the midnight of despair. When we find ourselves feeling that the light of day has vanished, leaving us in some desolate, dark, midnight place, those moments when our greatest hopes are turned into the shambles of despair, times when we feel alone, when we see no light anywhere, then we may turn to the east, and in the east we may discover another light, a light which dispels the darkness, and our fear is transferred into a shaft of light. God has two lights, which in the end make the world bearable. A light to guide us in the brightness of day, whenever hopes are high and life is fulfilled, and a light to guide us in the darkness of midnight, when the sleeping giants of gloom and hopelessness rise up in our souls. The psalmist reminds us that we need never ever walk in darkness. Where shall I go from your spirit? The darkness and light are both alike to you. It is the light of hope which sustains us, feeds us, and keeps us in our struggle to escape the bondage of suffering and fear, doubt and uncertainty. Perhaps without faith, our dreams may pass silently to dust, but armed with faith, we have a light to carry us wherever we may go. Where can I go, or where can I hide from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise up on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast.